Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good moment in time. And it is actually good moment of you. A spirit delivered a couple days ago in a message referring now, instead of saying the moment of now, it is the moment of you. So I'll just give it a second. I'm just hopping on, see if anyone wants to pop on. We'll see, and I'll deliver a message. I want to make sure I can be heard by someone first. So I'll just give it a minute. This is unbelievable weather for February. I'm in Maine, on the northeast coast in Maine, and it's literally like 55 today in February. And I don't know if I can ever remember it being that stinking warm. So as you can see, the ocean's in the background, and I'm on the sand. I'm just kneeling in front of a bench, and I thought I would do some Maine beach readings on the beach. Whoops, I didn't spell that very good, did I? Messages from me on the beach. Whoops. Oh well. Hi, Surinder. Thank you for joining. Hey, Kimmy, we meet again. Can you hear me okay, Kimmy? I forgot my Bluetooth headphones, and so I'm just outdoors on the beach. It's not too windy. The tide's low. So I just wanted to get confirmation from someone that I actually could be heard first. So I'll wait a second. Also, I'm going to do some messages out here, personal. So I'm going to stick my PayPal up in case anyone wants one now or later. Okay. How's it in Pennsylvania, Kimmy? How's the weather there? Pretty warm too? There we go. Yes, we can hear you. Thank you so much. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Surinder? I love that. I love that last name. Katra? Katra. All right, guys. Thank you. Please share out, guys, if you don't mind, because I am just kind of popping on out of nowhere. Just felt inspired with the weather, and I'm like, holy crap, man. I'm really going to take advantage of this. Look at the little seagull. He's like, what? Where is he? Hold on. Where is he? He's like, see him right there behind me? He's like, what the heck are you doing out here? This is unusual. Hey, little guy. Hey. He's just like, he must think I have some food. He probably thinks I have some food. Warm and cloudy. Yeah, it was sunny earlier, but as you can see, it's cloudyish now. The sun's over there, but yeah, it's kind of cloudy, but it's warm. So lots and lots and lots of messages, guys, of self-empowering, having confidence, but not just confidence from will, just straight will, but having confidence simultaneously with the joy in who we are as we move forward. So lots of messages, obviously, as we go through those new moon portals and we wrap up a cycle of learning, and then we gather all of that information and experience as we step into another cycle, representative even by the moon or representative by our own cycles that we're aware of. So what Spirit has really been bringing forth strongly is that confidence. Well, what are you having confidence in? Being confident of your innate self, your God self, your temple as a physical Kimmy or Surinder or Ria, not just in that spiritual energy, having the confidence in that realm, but taking all of that spiritual energy and bringing it through your body and grounding it in the spirit and into Mother Earth to be unified as one. Spirit's really been talking about the unification of the contrast, the yin and yang, merging and operating as one. So I'm just using your name as an example, Kimmy. So Kimmy is that mergence. Our physical body is the representation and experience of that merging. So much in the past, we were taught that the spiritual part of us or the God outside of us through religion or belief systems, that was the important thing. But no, don't give in to temptations of the flesh is kind of what we were taught in the past in so many words. And what Spirit is really bringing forth is our self-empowerment. Our power is in the temple of our physical self, where we are merging that that spirit, that God, which lies within our sun within, with our physical flesh. Is that not beautiful? How we can have total acceptance of all that we are and all that we feel and all of our experiences, and know in confidence and even joy that things are as they should be, and you are perfect as you are, and you don't need to change, and you don't need to acquire something outside of you or gain something outside of you, even though the outside part of us is giving us that mirror reflection of our energy, of where we are, of what we're believing in, but it's working for us to further expand us and help us and aid us by giving us that reflection of ourself, that manifestation of ourself. And it's just putting us in a much more place of alignment, obviously alignment, tuning into our heart space, our heart representing that information through our physical and our spiritual God self, that multidimensional part of us that holds all of the rememberings of all experience, codes, light codes of experiences and information that we have gained and activated and enlivened on other timelines to support us now. So when we tune into that heart space, we are really connecting to all that we are on all timelines, but we're bringing it all together in this moment of you, not this moment of now, which is just a moment of you, because you, hey Savati, this moment of you is what it's about. You guys are the ones creating this message through me. And it's so beautiful to know, to truly know everything is as it should be, even for you guys that are healers and channelers or making decisions just in everyday life, that you can trust yourself. You can trust yourself. You can let go of the past belief systems and the expectations and things that we were taught and adhered to that was true. And it's so beautiful because we've gone through so much self-realization and transmutation and releasing, and right before we step into that portal, that new moon, I'm sorry if I said full moon earlier, that new moon, that new cycle, we literally are like releasing and dissipating. They're showing earlier to me, they showed me like energies that we've been holding on to, and the releasing and transmutation is through our feelings and our emotions, and as we allow that, it literally is dissipating. So anything that is preventing us from aligning fully into our heart space as we walk forward, as we move forward into this new cycle, this renewal of self, this new moment of us, anything is that is stopping or not aligned to that movement forward is dissipating. And how's it dissipate? Just through you allowing it. Um, I I mentioned in a quickie earlier how I just went for a reflexology appointment. I treated myself, honoring my temple, and I'm like, yeah, I really love a good foot massage. I'm going to have reflexology. And it was a little bit different. But anyways, in the reflexology, they touch certain pressure points that help to move the energy in other parts of your body. And during that whole session, I was given flashbacks of energies that I was still holding on to, or rememberings that I didn't realize. And it was like when I was like a toddler, preschool, kindergarten, lots of little scenarios. And I just kind of observed it. And I felt a little teary eyed on some of it because it brought forth a sense of how that child felt unworthy or not good enough, or having to live in the eyes of somebody else's expectation. But that was okay, and it just kind of went through me. And most likely, if I didn't give to myself from that reflexology, I might not have had that moment. So it is really important to honor your physicality and to give to yourself and to honor that physical, because then as you honor the physical, it 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 connects simultaneously to that spiritual, to that to the mind, to the thoughts, to the energy, the unseen energy. And I didn't realize that until until I was channeling that. So my point is that we are giving an opportunity right before we step into this new cycle, this new moment of us, to dissipate those energies and just to allow them, and to know that the tears are releasing energies, and to know that that's energy moving through you as you create space for more of your light to shine, as you embody more of your spiritual light in your physicality. And that's necessary. And you don't, the two aren't separated. And I'm just realizing more and more how we weren't necessarily brought up that way, how everything was merged together and operating as one. The light codes have been amazing. Yes. Yeah. And just feeling so much more alive and at peace. And this new cycle we're stepping into, it's a place of peace. And a lot of times we stepped into new cycles, like maybe being a little scared, a little nervous, doubting a little bit, and having to, work through those fears, which is beautiful. And I feel like we've worked through so many fears and have dissipated them and allowed them as a tool to teach us about ourselves. At this time, as we're stepping into the cycle, this new cycle, this new moment of us, we're allowing it and stepping into it in a greater confidence and joy. Lots of solar plexus being really strengthened and opened and anchored into our Mother Earth experience. So creating the experiences that are allowing us to walk in confidence of who we are, all that we are in the physical and spiritual and everywhere, but in joy, not just confident, but confidence and joy, and not having to move or navigate through heavier energies, the mud, like where you're feeling depleted, but you're supposed to move forward, and where you got to kind of push, and that it's more a freer, more liberating, light activated state of being. And I just find that so beautiful. So I think we'll just use this moment for a second, and we'll just breathe into our heart space, breathe into our sun within. I would point to the sun, but like you guys can see, it's a little bit not too sunny, but you can pick up the vibes of the ocean and all of that emotion and all of that cleansing and healing. And then, of course, the sand here representing that grounding and connecting. And even every little particle of sand can be representative as a manifestation of a density we're releasing or transmuting, dissolving energies we don't need, but yet bringing forth the gift and the knowledge and the wisdom and the insight that we gained from it. Nothing is bad or negative. There's nothing Spirit is saying to be guilty of or shameful of. Everything was to serve us. And whatever that experience was, if it's always a gift. It's always the gift. There was always a releasing and learning and dissolving of a fear. So they want you to look at it this way, guys. Every past experience that you might even be in question, or, had the positive and the negative, well, they want you to know, yeah, that was the two energies merging. Every experience gave you an opportunity to dissolve energies that no longer served you, and to move forward with the wisdom and insight and knowledge gained from that. You learned something about yourself, and in that learning and in that aha and in that awareness, you activate your own light. You've activated your own light from a million gazillion experiences, just like the sand. This is what you guys are, eternal with all of those experiences and all of those lifetimes and all of those timelines, even the experiences where you had the consciousness of being a rock, they're saying, all of them. And you hold all of that healed energy, the balance gained from that experience, and the enlightenment awareness all in one, without the negative, without the density. That is so beautiful. All right, guys. So we'll just put our hand on our heart, or not, or wherever you want to put it, and just focus on your heart space And that is that portal, that middle, that God source energy within you, that light within your temple that is always there shining, illuminating, witnessing, guiding, informing, grounding, illuminating, clearing, healing. We'll take a nice deep breath in and know what you bring focus to, you intensify. That light, that sun is always there, but through you bringing focus to it, you allow it. You allow it. In another breath in, just a little deeper, in a little deeper, and feel into your own energy, your own light, your own goddess, your own power, your own eternity, your own vibration, your own divine frequency imprint. And exhale. So when you tuned into that moment of now, that moment of you, by connecting to you in the totality, you open up to receive in a conscious level that frequency, that the support that is available to you now. Everything you need to know is in this moment of now. It's this moment of you, created by you, to have that experience, to continue that journey. All right. I guess I will do a collective. Let's just see what wants to come out. Oops, and this one immediately came out. My Mother Earth Heart cards, I love them. Most of them were done, a lot of them were found along the 7 Mile beach on my runs or in town. And the hearts represent how our hearts are one with Mother Earth. And the more we align and tune into our own heart frequency, we reflect that in our world. We manifest it, we project it, we mirror it to be experienced. So all of these Mother Earth heart cards are all images of Mother Earth and messages that are to aid and support and align us to our own divine frequency. We're always aligned to something. But as a master light blaster, which you guys all are, you're on the fast track. You're on the fast track. You're jumping timelines and raising your frequency, and you're skipping and hopping quickly. So you want to be aligned to the highest frequency of you, unfiltered. And that's what all of these Mother Earth heart cards do. They help to bring some information into our conscious awareness to align us to that highest frequency. And this just says it all. It's so beautiful. And it's very solar plexic. It's kind of like a yellowish white. It's a little stone in the midst of some other stones on the beach. And this one, I don't know what beach. It might have been Peaks Island or on one of the beaches on the Maine coast. Rocky. It's not rocky here, it's sandy. And anyways, that represents connecting to your divinity. The white is representing that divinity that you are indeed having confidence in, having and empowering yourself with confidence and joy in your own divine frequency imprint, which has been a long road, Spirit is saying for you. Many trials, many tribulations, much suffering and pain, but not in vain. Lately, Spirit's been getting kind of corny with the rhyming, but not in vain. Gone through a lot of pain, but it was not in vain. It was to help you to, let me let that train go by. The fast track. We're on the fast track. That's the Amtrak, the Downeaster going by. It's not the cargo. And the cargo train goes by really slow and the Amtrak goes by fast. That was the Amtrak, and it was showing us how we're on that fast track, all of the momentum that we have created to get to this, to be that. It's fast. It's a fast train, and we've released all of the cargo, the baggage that was representative in that train that just went by. So be proud of yourself. Be proud as a warrior of light that came to choose this very dense reality, to clear it and to have the experience of your God self. You know not your God self until you experience it in the physical. You don't know what you are capable of. You know not what your power is until you are faced with adversity. You don't know how strong you are until you've got to utilize your strength. You don't know how courageous you are until you've faced your fears. And that's the point that we have come to. We've wrapped up those cycles. We've released, we've dissipated, we've allowed, we've accepted, and we've loved with the fullness of our entire being. We have loved not just with our heart, which represents our emotion, but also our entire being, our entire body. Now it is time for us to be that gold, to be that illumination, to be that God and goddess shining bright in confidence and joy, releasing the hardships, healing your emotions, all through allowing. Yesterday, Spirit said, it is not a time to cower. It's a time to empower, not through fight or might, but through your light. And it's through connecting to your heart and being present with what you feel in the physical, that light is shown. All right, what's it say? Healing. There we go. A healing is the recognition and restoration of your true nature. When you become open to receiving the love that you are, you reconnect with the infinite source of the eternal wellness and joy. So you guys have aligned and transmuted and alchemized and you guys have put yourself through the physical 3D gauntlet, they said, the gauntlet. You've given yourself the most unbelievable, thorough experience of your God self through the creation of the illusion of not being healed, only to prove, to allow the physical, the realization of your well-being, of your God self, of your goddess self. So healing is just realigning to your true nature. It is reconnecting to that sun without all of the particles separating you. Very beautiful, very empowering. Hey, Laura, good to see you, beautiful soul sister. And just one other little thing in this card I want to point out is this little rock here. And to me, it's like you've risen out of the darkness, you've risen out of the pain and the suffering, and have transmuted and healed and aligned and allowed just through your being. And now this is showing to me the manifestations appearing before you that are going to match and resonate to that frequency that you are. That's what the whole new earth is about. That's what the golden age is about. It is about having that physical experience without having to die in the physical, to experience that heaven on earth, to experience the physical manifestation. And it's through all of our allowing and clearing and aligning to get back to our true nature, our original self. And now we get to experience that in our world. I love that. All right. So I'm just doing a collective for anybody watching now. And I did stick up my PayPal. If you want a personal, I'll stick it up there. But right now, I'm just seeing what else Spirit wanted to say about my collective message. It's 55 here, Laura. I'm in Maine on the beach. Never have done that before and given readings. Unbelievable. Oh my God, this is so beautiful. So number 10, sacral chakra. This is our state of being. Through all of this and all of that work and anchoring all of that divine frequency imprint that we are on earth in the physical, by allowing our God self, by recognizing that we are the temple of God and honoring that and giving to ourselves just as much on the physical fleshly level as the emotional level, we have become strong and anchored that energy into earth. And this is what our state of being is. That is that 10. That is that new moon opening. It is that new cycle that we're embodying. It is that new beginning of the ending of the cycle we've wrapped up and moving forward. And it's all about moving forward in confidence and joy. And what does this say? I feel comfortable in my own body and am sensitive to other people's feelings. So that is just showing a renewed sense of life and love, appreciation, compassion, honor, respect for your own body, and appreciating all of those senses, all of the senses of the flesh. and being sensitive to it, being sensitive to your wants, your needs, releasing the have tos and the obligations, the expectations. As you step into a real authentic you, then you are able to be sensitive to those around you. You're able to merge and flow and communicate with more ease and flow with those before you, because you are sensitive to yourself. You've tuned into your own energy, and that is bringing forth that renewed version, a new renewed you as you step forward into this new cycle of the 10, bringing forth your own creations and personal power in a confidence and joy that you've never experienced yet in this physical. All due to you, all due to your allowing, honoring that birth of you, represented by her holding her sacral, the womb, but also honoring and bringing forth creations that are in an alignment to this state of being as well. So beautiful. And the red hair, I love her red hair too. So that's representing following your passions and your joy, and not having to really push hard in the physical in a way that it's really depleting, but following your passions and your light and your own interests and your own threads of joy, allowing the threads of joy to lead the way. So beautiful. Yeah, and Kelly, it's 55 here, and that is like unbelievable. It's just like unprecedented weather. I'm literally on the sand, just I am wearing sweats, but yeah, normally, we'd have tons of snow, whipping wind, freezing. And that's what I love about the Northeast, because tomorrow it could be cold wearing hat, mittens, and snow pants. So yeah, I'm really lucky. So I thought, boy, such a beautiful day. I would come out and share a message. Would love a card. All right, I'm going to pull one crystal. I'm going to pull a crystal, Kelly. So I'm doing a collective today. Hey, Lauren. And I just took my PayPal out for personals today. So you can claim this, Kelly, this crystal chakra to empower you for today. See what comes forth for us. If you go back in the beginning too, there's probably something for you, Kelly. So thank you guys you're the ones creating this message. Even in the collective messages, there's a message for you, because you wouldn't be here and you wouldn't be attracted, or else you would have just like swiped right through. So you guys are the ones creating it. Like I said, as we are manifesting, creating, and reflecting all of the time in our reality, the energy that we are. And that gives us more confidence even too. I don't know if I started saying this and I'm finished. As a channeler and as a healer, as we become more sensitive, like that card, to our own energy, and we're really tuned in and authentic to ourselves, we open ourselves up to attract that same reflection. So you can walk in confidence knowing you're delivering the message that is right for that person before you, because you're authentic. And through that magnetism and that reflecting each other's energy, we're going to be given more pure information for each other, just generally, because we're more sensitive to our own energy field, our own body. And that makes us more authentic and more aligned to our goddess, the temple, our God's self that we innately are. Because so many times, like when you start out and you're like, oh man, I hope I give the right message. I hope spirit steps it up. I hope that I give that person what they want. But we always do, according to how open and authentic we are with ourselves. It is only 52. Oh my God. So Lauren, as you know, I'm in the coast of Maine. Look, I'm actually on the beach today, not in a bathing suit, but in sweats. And it's about 55 here today. So that's unbelievable. So what we have, Kelly, you can claim it as your own, but anybody else out there as well. It's Angel Kalalea, Sacred Play, Polychrome Jasper. So I don't know if you guys can see that very good. This is beautiful. It's alive. It's vibrant. It's got all the rainbow colors of everything just all meeting in the middle. Everything's merging and melding in the middle, which is you, which is your own heart connection, your own connection to your self, your innate self. And then it just keeps going out and out and out and expanding in different fractals of light and shining and shining. So a lot of clearing, in the root chakra as well, happening before we step into this new cycle of a renewed us, a more renewed, clearer, confident, more joy-filled version of us. We've cleared and released a lot of sacral energy, feelings of where we did not feel safe, feelings of where we weren't secure, feelings of where we weren't protected, where we weren't guided, where we felt kind of alone. We've releasing a lot of those energies, Kelly. I don't know if you're feeling that, but like I was talking about earlier in this message even, that I went and had a reflexology, and then I started getting all of these visions as she was working on my feet of childhood times where there were energies I was kind of holding on to that I didn't really think were like hoard or anything, but energies that were definitely affecting me. So a lot of releasing of unworthiness and child trauma or child discomfort, or where the child didn't feel safe or didn't feel secure in its own skin, felt it needed to live up to expectations. But this crystal is calling us for sacred play. So as we have healed and aligned and allowed those old wounds of emotions to flow through us and be purified by our own light, our own embodying that as it flows through us, we can allow that child now to play. We can have more fun on our mission, our purpose, our jobs, whatever it is you're doing in life, from the littlest to the biggest. We can infuse it with more joy, more child like wonder again, where that child isn't burdened with the eyes of the outside peering in and thinking and telling it to behave this way or that way, or don't say that, or don't be rude, or hold yourself together, don't be playing in the stores, don't be making too much noise, whatever it is. Now it's time for that adult to embrace that childhood play, that sacred play from the child, because that child is now allowed to be, oh my God, this is beautiful, just to be and shine in its entirety without inhibitions. And that's kind of what this little reflection looks like. Free to express the purity of its heart without judgment, without criticism. I have the integrity and unwavering commitment to my highest purpose. I embrace playfulness as a path of creativity, healing, and inspiration. Choosing to laugh opens me up to a loving and protective, replenishing source of spiritual energy. Maybe in the past, there could have been a time when you were a kid and you were laughing and being silly and you were told to be quiet and hold your shit together in so many words. Now it's time to just let that loose, let that laughter out, let that silliness, let that nonconformity, let yourself express freely, liberated with that joy. So deep within my being, there is an eternal wellspring of lightness and joy and snort laugh inducing sense of humor. As part of my spiritual practice, I cultivate a willingness to laugh, so the lightness of my spirit helps to enlighten the world. So that's really beautiful. It's through your being that you enlighten the world, because you're actually reflecting that lightheartedness back. And until we get back to that nature, we're going to reflect situations and circumstances and just stuff before us that might trigger or catalyze or make us look within and get us reconnected to that light child within us, to that kid rolling over, laughing hysterically, thinking everything is funny. We've become so serious, and now it's time for us to return to that light-hearted, playful wonder of that child within us. That is so beautiful. Like, God, I remember having to go to church and, just, boy, what was required of a child in church. Oh, hey, Thaddeator. Good to see you. John, 55 freaking degrees here outside doing readings with my Mother Earth and a couple other decks. Unbelievable. I'm sure it's the same in Jersey, but I couldn't imagine doing this in February. Oh my God. So there's people over there. I don't know if you can see them. There's a couple. literally wearing their bathing suits. I don't think I would go that far. I wouldn't go that far. But yeah, there's people, they're always surfers all winter here, but they're wearing their wetsuits. And occasionally I'll see the college kids run in January and February in the ocean. But oh my God, they're literally, yeah, they're putting their t-shirts on, but they must have went for a dip. Good for freaking them. Talk about wake up the body, wake up the flesh. All right, guys. So that's it for today. Hey, Amy. All right, so let's just have a blast of light from all of you guys. It'll be 71 on Friday. Yeah, tomorrow's going to get colder, like 40. So yeah, this is very freak, but I can get used to that. As long as I got a little white snuff and white snuff, some white stuff for Christmas and the holidays, like Thanksgiving to February 1st, that would be good. Otherwise, all right. Master Light Blastas, Lauren, thank you for joining. Samadhi, thank you. Thaddeator, Amy, I already got Samadhi. Kellyanne, thank you so much. Laura, beautiful Laura Runner. Kimmy Siegel, Surrender from earlier. I don't know if you're still there, but thank you guys for being part and co-creating in this message. You are all Master Light Blasters. And as a Master Light Blasters, you've come to blast your light through your experiences through the physical. So honor that physical experience for the God flesh that it is and give to yourself. How can you give to yourself today? How can you honor yourself? I had a foot reflexology, and then I went to Walgreens and I bought some Valentine chocolates, half off, go figure, after Valentine's, and didn't beat myself up for eating them after my nice yummy salad. So it's all about balance, guys. All right, love you. May you all shine with the entirety of all the love and light that you are. Shoo.